Our other part of our review today is going to be Six Flags.
But we got down there Thursday and we left on Mondays. And Monday, the day we were going to be leaving, we went to Six Flags.
First thing we rode right off the bat was
The Titan is what we rode first.
and then the Texas Giant after. Yeah. And you know what's funny is everybody's like, "Oh, the Titan's so much worse."
Oh yeah,
and
we're psyching ourselves up. We're just like, we got to get this ride out of the way. We got to be,
well,
and
the thing is okay, yeah, it has it's a higher drop, but the drop is more gradual. We get on the Texas Giant thinking, okay, we've beaten the baddest one. No, the Texas Giant is still worse, and I will tell you why. Okay, like I said, yes, the Titan may be taller, but the drop is more gradual. That lessens the fact that the Texas Giant goes almost vertical, if not in a little bit, and then more of a vertical down.
It's a 79-degree angle drop on the very first one, and when I read on the internet, on their website, it said that they raised the drop about 10 feet. So
well, and the thing is we were in the very front seat, but we were in the second row back. We couldn't see the track below us. That's how much it dips in.
At certain points of the ride, when it takes a turn, and literally your cart is this. It is straight sideways, so you almost feel like you're gonna fall out of the cart. But it's very brief and it's fast, and I think it's even faster than what it was before. I think they even increased the speed. So, I mean, they've actually dubbed it the tallest hybrid coaster originally.
Later on in the day, we rode the all wooden roller coaster named Judge Royce Green, and it's all wood, and like we're sitting there in the car, and
it's not like it does a bunch of twists and turns.
It just goes up and down.
And just going up and down, it was beating us. So I thought, man, my goodness.
Yeah, if you have hemorrhoids, don't ride that.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
And we didn't really get to ride Mr. Freeze because we kept hearing it was a 2.5 hour wait. Well, by the time the line had dropped, we were just done.
Yeah.
And so anyway, another one that we rode was the Acme Rocket, which if you've seen the pirate ship that goes back and forth, the Acme Rocket is very similar, except it has a cage over the top of it.
Yeah.
Now, one of our other favorites was the Runaway Train, which is all in the dark, so you don't, and it's not like Disney's Magic Kingdom, Space Mountain, where you can kind of see the track. This thing is pitch black. I mean, like
indoors.
there were some lights here and there where you kind of see where a track was gonna go, but you like most of it. You're like
yeah. It definitely throws off your equilibrium. So your balance off when you get off that ride, you're like literally like you feel like
it messes you up.
It's like you're staggering out the door. I mean, it's a cool ride. It's not real fast and it's not real long. It's kind of a short ride, but it's very fun. We rode the Shockwave. The Shockwave's cool because the Shockwave has a double loop. It has 2 loops in a row, and so that was so cool because me and Zach were riding that one, and you know, it was funny because we're sitting there and we're like, yeah, you know, this is so fun, and at the end of the ride, is where they get you, because at the end of the ride, it just like all of a sudden it's like the brakes just hit and you're like, ugh, and it's funny because Zach just looked at me and he goes, and the final punch to the gut, and I was like, yep. So we had a laugh about it. But there was another one that we did too that he didn't go on, and it's called Pandemonium is what it's called. Yeah, and it's not a very large roller coaster, and it's not very fast. It's very small, but
it's just so like interweaved.
What it does is it rocks back and forth each time you go down a hill or you go, and the cart turns. It keeps turning, you know, and so that's what's cool about it is it turns. That's what makes the ride enjoyable. But Batman was down because Batman's being redone and it's being done as a reverse roller coaster. So now instead of, you know, you facing the tracks like this, you're going to be basically doing the ride backwards. But they've said that it's supposed to be open by now. I guess it should be open. So, and the Texas Skyscraper was shut down. So
that's where the Texas Shootout used to be. Now it's like
a big swing set, and it twirls you around, and it's like, oh my god,
like 7 stories tall.
Yeah, it's like I think it's about the same height, if not just a little hair. I think it's actually the same height as Superman, but you go all the way up.
They said it was taller.
Did they?
I think so.
Okay, maybe.
But and the thing is when the winds pick up high speed, if you're on a swing set and the wind goes, you're going to be slapping back.
You don't want to be running into people, and you don't want to get knocked into the side of the ride either. So, but anyways, our last ride that we rode for the day.
But it's called the bobsled.
It's called the bobsled, but
it's really cool because it's not on a track. You get in this car and it hoists, and it's like a bobsled, really.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting in the front seat, Karen was sitting in the middle seat, and then Zach and Tiffany were sitting in the back seat.
Yeah.
And they were sharing. So it gets you on the system, and then it deploys you. And the cart is on wheels, and it's in this big kind of half pipe looking thing.
It looks like a slide, giant slide, but
And I was kind of worried that the car was going to go out, but it banks at such a speed that it keeps it within the half pipe. And so, like, I mean, it picks up, and like there's points where it catches again, and it'll shoot you off. And I mean, you know what? I wish we could have gone on it twice in a row, but we didn't have the flash pass.
Yeah, but the nice thing about it is that you can actually book your time on the ride. So
and you can go twice.
You can go twice in a row if you want, as long as you have the pass. It wasn't too bad. So
that's one thing I hate is you wait in line for like 30 minutes and the ride's like, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Most of them are decent length.
Yeah.
And
so
if you're there to scare yourself silly, well then, right on.
Yeah, right on. More power to you. So.
Anyways, that's it for now, and this has been another episode of Midwest Reviews. So, I said that really country. Let's try that again. So anyway, that has been another episode. This is...
You ready?
No. Okay, let's try this one more time. This is probably going to end up... Anyway, this has been another episode of Midwest Reviews.
It's coming on. I ain't happy. I'm feeling glad I got sunshine.